Alright folks, we are back for round 2 on the draw. Pretty good hand. We have nice 2-drop, 3-drop. Water Knot also happens to play pretty well with a City's Blessing, so all around really solid hand. The opponent chose to put a card on the bottom after mulliganing. And they have a turn 1 Firebrand, which is actually... It's a fairly low-powered card, so it's not exactly where you want to be when you mulligan, I would say, but it does match up pretty well against our Trailblazers, so there is that. Now, I think we might still play it on turn 2. Kind of depends on what they do here, I guess, and if we do draw something else, obviously, but... I don't feel like we get matched, but I mean, they mulligan on play, so they are 2 cards behind, and now the way we win is by just making sure we don't die, because we'll have, unless we draw way more lands than they do, we'll naturally have more card than they have access to. So we probably just want to slow them down as much as we can. That's an interesting attack. So I guess they have a trick if they want to let me trade here. Oh, no. Huh. That is kind of odd, I think, because they let me trade for a actually fine 2-drop when they could have just killed me first and then attack. I was tapped out, there was no risk here. So I was kind of expecting a pump spell of some sort when they, you know, attack with bows. I'll take that though, I think I'm pretty happy with this outcome. Needletooth Raptor, alright. We'll play Freebooter, and happily block and trade if they want to let us do that. They can, I guess they can, you know, they can sack their Firebrand, deal 1 to Raptor, and then kill Freebooter. And there's not much we can do about that. Raptor is really not a card we want to leave on the battlefield, so we'll try to end Friendly Fire, maybe keep Water Knot for something else. Could also happen. Could also end up trading with a Spirewinder. I think it's perfectly fine. Again, I think we're just in the market to trade, make sure we don't die, and we do have a decent late game coming. Alright, well, March of the Drown makes their earlier plays make them make a little bit more sense now. The reason why they chose to trade. I think we just pass and we're gonna end Friendly Fire the Raptor. There's not a lot of trick that can... I don't think there's any trick actually in Black-Red that can give it more than 4 toughness, so it's not really risky to pass and let them do something. Sometimes I want to just, you know, main phase my Ringvoll because they could have something going, but here I think it's just fine doing that. Also, by doing that, they don't attack with Firebrand because they want to play around my 3/3 Flash Fly. So they leave it back so they can, you know, damage the Raptor and deal 5 to the 3/3 Flash Fly, so at the end of the day we'll stick 1 less damage by doing it this way. And it's nice to take this thing out when we don't have a creature on board, obviously. So this is 8 permanent, still pretty far from the Blessing, but next turn if we can, you know, if they don't have any good attack and we can just go land, second Winder, we will have the Blessing. I think I'm blocking the Hunter here if they attack. If they have a... Kind of interesting, because I'd rather get the City's Blessing if possible. This deck indicates they have a trick, right? We could block the Firebrand. If their trick is +1/+1 double strike, it's not... they're getting 2-for-1 themselves. We could just wait until we have Blessing. I don't like taking too much damage though. The fact that we are getting Blessing next turn by just waiting makes me wanna just take it though. I would just block most of the time, but since we can go land, get the City's Blessing, I think it's slightly worth it to just take it, not play into their thing, and yeah, get the Blessing basically. And now we have a blocker that's actually much more, how you say that? much more expendable, I guess. We can block with that, and if they have a trick, we absolutely don't care. about losing the darter, so it ended up being a little better. We took 3 damage. I think it's fine. Would have been a lot different if them attacking would put us, you know, lower than that, but I think here it's fine. Alright, let's attack with the Winders. Marauder straight up dies to the Firebrand, so it's not a very exciting card to play. I don't really want to Water Knot Firebrand though. I think I'll play it. The reason to do that is just to make sure you don't fall too far behind on board if they ever involve, because if they go kill Darter, attack you for 3 down to 6, it's kind of frightening. Whereas if they have 1 less creature, it's less of a problem. And since we're not gonna use the Water Knot on the Firebrand, I think it's just fine playing the Marauder, which eventually is gonna die to Firebrand. But I don't think there's a way around that. Yeah, that's a good reason to leave Marauder. Now we take 1 less damage. I guess they had 2 reinvolves, sure. Keeping the pressure with their things. Down to 4. I think we also want to keep the pressure. So I'm gonna Water Knot their Hunter. So even if they have yet another reinvolve, they cannot put us down to 4. I guess they would put us down to 5 and then this would be 4. So if they have another reinvolve and the Unfriendly Fire, we still die. But I think we kind of want to apply pressure with these. The other one's just dying very quickly. We can force a chump block next turn if they don't have anything great. So, sounds worthwhile. Do they have a 3/3 fly? I think we just stack with the Flyers here. I don't think there's a huge... Like, if they have nothing, they go chump, put us down to 5. And it doesn't really change anything. If they have somehow a 3/3 fly, I guess we would Bravado. Maybe it's right to just attack with the Darter. But either way, they're probably dead next turn. I feel like they have the 5 mana 4 damage card in hand and they're thinking whether they want to use it or not. And they chose not to use it. They definitely have something here. The thing is, even if they have Reinvol on Darter and the 4 damage spell, they still cannot re-kill us. They would need that and something else too. I think we took enough damage to the point where, you know, we were able to get the City's Blessing, which is nice, but not too low to the point where we died to 4 damage burn spell, which is kind of the main concern here, I think. And I'm pretty sure they had it in hand. So he went on probably just mainly black-red aggro, splashing blue for a couple things. I think this is a matchup where we are actually happy to play the slower, more control games with bigger creatures. I don't think this is a matchup where we bring in the Sea Reds and whatnot. Could see playing our own Firebrand, but I think I want to bring in the Shake the Foundation, which is usually good against pirates. So, man, bringing that alongside a 1 toughness creature is not ideal, probably. Though I guess you can sack it and kill a 2 toughness creature, so it's fine. We could cut some of our 1 toughness creature, but I don't really like cutting 2 drops again what looks like an aggro deck, sorry. Kinda wanna cut a Reaver Darter. The problem with that is we are kind of low on creature, I think, in general. I think I'm just gonna cut the Dispersal, which on the draw against a deck that might be more aggressive than ours is kind of unexciting. So we'll just bring Shake the Foundation for that, and I think that's gonna be it. But the open deck looks a lot less scary than the last one. Yeah. Last one really had a lot of efficient reinvol and strong late game. Which is like, you know, again, exactly where you're gonna be in pretty much any sealed format. And this is not keepable. Actually, if the island was a mountain, given the double mutiny, it would be close to keepable, I think. Maybe even keepable, but as it is, obviously not really the case. Hand is not great, but fine. I guess drawing a mountain makes it a lot better. Because if we can have that as 2-3, it's obviously... I mean, having a mountain is good in general, but having another 2-drop is really nice. If we can just go 2-drop, 3-drop, should not be in too much trouble. Hoarder. Hoarder is not really something, you know, a card you want to block and trade with early in the game, so you're just gonna take 2 here. Because I assume, yeah, they are attacking. We can play one of our 2-2-3 next turn, which should block it efficiently. Or I guess we can attack if they block with Bravado. I'm happy with that trade. And if they don't, we can play Aerialist. I think that's kind of nice, actually. Because, okay, cool. Really happy to trade my Trick for their 3-3, which is kind of scary. And the reason to play Aerialist before Darter, even though it's a little bit less mana efficient, is just that they are playing an aggro deck. Or at least they are on the play with a deck that looks a little bit more aggressive than ours. At least it was the case game 1. And when this happens, getting red is a little bit more difficult. So you really want to make sure you get there. Also, this as a 2-3 is actually a pretty good blocker. As a 1-2, it's really not nice, really not good. So I think it's just good to just try to get it. But I'm again really happy to just trade my my thing here. Okay. I think we play Winder and pass here. I'm gonna trade the Swashbuckler for Death Peter if they let us do so. They probably want to make trades. We have a 2 Ascend card in the battlefield, so I assume they are happy to trade. If they attack with Hoarder, do we block it? With Winder, what do we do? If they attack with both, I might just go for very obvious blocks of 2-2 in front of a 3-2 and trying to hit the 2-1, even though they probably have something. Yeah, they could also just be trying to get the treasure. If you have a trick, it's not a big deal. We can just redo the same block next turn. What happened? Oh, Mouth Craving, that's completely fine. Alright, well, I like Freebooter here. Nice blocker that if they have a Revolt for, or if they, you know, have a trick for it, we don't really care. Can also attack and enable Aerialist maybe. Ideally, we'd rather not sack this treasure, because it, you know, makes us closer to Blessing. Grab a Swamp, which is just played. Lightning Recruit is kind of a problem, I'm not gonna lie. Shake the Foundations. Let's attack, see what they want to do. Just a block here. I think we'd shake the Foundation to kill the Hoarder. Maybe we draw... Nah, we cannot redo into a mutiny if Hoarder dies. Reaver Darter really doesn't do a whole lot. I guess it's fine just playing Aerialist and holding Shake the Foundation. And we block the Hoarder, and if they try to go for a Trick, If they have a trick and they want to go attack, use a trick, we block and we can shake, kill the thing. Impale, alright. Now, do we shake the foundations now? I think we do. Don't really want to take 2. With the threat of Rig Crew. It's kind of clunky, sacking a clue, but I think it's fine at the end of the day. We traded a card for a card, except we drew. They got a treasure, but drawing is better, so... Let's continue to attack. I mean, Lightning Recruit is here to block. They've blocked last time. I don't think it's gonna happen that they just take it, but... The good news is that when we are gonna draw our Mutiny or, you know, whatever we might draw later, Burn Spell, they're gonna block again, and this time we'll get to finish the job, so I think it's fine to continue to attack. And one of the main haste creature they could have here is Nest Robber, which is 2-1 for 2, so it doesn't really attack well into Winder either way, so there's no real drawback in attacking. Alright, well, might just die from that Rig Crew. Even showed a lot of revolt here. And the problem is if they play another creature, okay, they didn't, but if they play another creature, unless it's a 2-2 or 2-1 or whatever, that's the best case scenario for us. Because if it's the case, they have no good block on these, so they're not gonna block with whatever 2-power creature they play. And then what we get to do is to mutiny the 2 remaining damage on the Rig Crew. If they play anything bigger, it kind of stops us from attacking forever. Alright, so they are getting raid here. Not sure exactly why, what for, but oh, Corsair, sure, makes sense. Let's attack with Freebooter, see what they want to do. I guess if we trade with Corsair, it's kind of clunky, but I feel like they want to block with Recruit. They've been blocking with Recruit. It seems like something they would want to do. And now we can mutiny here. We are getting slightly flooded, I guess, but the one's also been drawing a lot of lands, so I guess it's fairly even in that regard. We're at 10. Yeah, we have 1 more creature on board. Game is not looking great, but it's not looking awful either. The problem is our deck doesn't really have any big creature or card advantage, so that's not good, obviously. The Lord and Friendly Fire. Okay. This could be nice if they don't know that their captain is gonna die mid-combat. But they don't really have any good attack, unless they have something. We can also go for a double block, and if they have a trick, we can Friendly Fire. If they don't, I'm happy enough trading with Freebooter, so this is not really... It's not like last match, where I might have wanted to just use it before blockers. Here I'm really happy to just trade if the trade happens. And do it if they have a trick or something. Firebrand, sure. Horncrest, that's pretty good. Maybe I was supposed to Friendly Fire the Admiral end of last turn, because eventually we'll do that. The thing is, since it boosts all other creatures, there's kind of an advantage in killing that at instant speed. So I kind of like waiting to, like here, well, we're probably gonna Daredevil and use their own Unfriendly Fire, but here they might want to attack with Dinosaur Hunter because we have no good blocks, when actually we do have a good block if this dies instant speed. I kind of want to get rid of that from the battlefield so I can attack with Horncrest too. Daredevil was a great top deck. I think we wait though. I think we're gonna try to have them attack into the Darter, which they might do. Though me waiting a lot during my main phase was a little bit suspicious, obviously. Oh, that's really nice. All right. Let's try to do that and see if we can eat the hunter. I want to see if this resolves before I block. If they have a counterspell, you don't want to go for the block. Now they can, I guess I can finish the darter with Firebrand, but this is still a nice 2-for-1. So that would be completely fine with me. And we get rid of that thing, which is a huge problem in the eyes of Horncrest. Now we hope they don't have March of the Drown, but the plan of slow rolling the Unfriendly Fire a little bit to get value worked out very nicely. That was a very good top deck. Harness is kind of threatening, actually. It's really not a card we want to see here, given that we are at 6 and a lot of their things are going to be lethal. Captain's Hook. I don't think that changes match for this turn. I think we have to play the Daredevil so we don't die to a random 5-power haste creature, or you know, a 3-power creature and them having a trick. So we probably bring back the Unfriendly Fire, hit their face. I'm still debating whether I want to attack with both creature or not. If I do, the event goes down to 7, then Friendly Fire is 3, and that's really nice because, you know, of this thing, ability. And we still have a blocker, so they would need an end of turn removal into a 5+ power creature or lower power creature and trick. I think I'm willing to play into that. If they do have that, well, that's kind of clunky, but I don't think we want to leave 2 blockers back. There's such a huge how you say that? I mean, it's really good to put them down to 3 basically, and 1 blocker probably should be good enough. Again, it seems like it would be asking a lot for them to have, again, and end of turn removal that they did not use on one of these, which are pretty big threat, and a 5+ power creature. There's not many of them in their colors, so I think it's fairly safe. Alright, and we got there. Game was kind of frightening at some point. We top deck very well, Daredevil into Hunters, but I think that the key turn of event was really slow rolling and Friendly Fire a little bit, so our darter was able to hit Hunter. The thing is, since I was talking about the play, I took a lot of time during my main phase, which I think a lot of people would have, you know, seen as me having a trick and thinking, and then they would probably not have attacked. So if you want to do what I just did here, I would recommend just playing it fast and act as if you just drew a land, which was not what I did here, but otherwise, yeah, that was pretty sweet play. Alright, sweet. Hope you enjoyed that second round. Thanks for watching and see you for round 3.